The protests in Iran have entered day 5. The crowds are swelling, so is the anger. The people are defiant, they are marching, they are chanting. These protests are no longer confined to just the soaring prices, the constant power cuts, or the worsening water shortages on the ground. They are as much about endurance, dignity, and basic survival. And now the demonstrations have turned violent. The entire country is bracing for what comes next. The first deaths linked to those demonstrations, in fact, have occurred after clashes erupted between demonstrators and security forces in Iran's western Lorestan province. A 21-year-old member of Basij, the paramilitary force affiliated with the Revolutionary Guards, was killed, while local media also reporting that 2 civilians died in the violence. And according to local reports, some protesters hurled stones at several government sites as well as a mosque and multiple banks, leading to police responding with tear gas, and the violence reached government property as well. A building in southern Iran came under attack. Video from Fars province showing protesters forcing their way towards the governor's office, smashing the doors and the windows, while another clip captures the confrontations in the western city of Hamadan, where demonstrators and security forces collided in the streets. Protests have now spread to at least 17 out of the 31 provinces. Iran's prosecutor general, meanwhile, had warned earlier that authorities would respond decisively to any attempt to create instability. And now that threat is being tested in a way. In capital, Tehran, the city came to a virtual standstill. Schools, banks, public offices closed after officials declared a bank holiday, explaining the move as a response to cold weather and the need to save energy. The anger is not just restricted to the streets. Videos circulating on social media showing a protester confronting Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian during a public speech. The protester asked him to take 10 minutes to review his debate promises, saying people are under severe economic pressure. Pezeshkian responded, the government is also concerned about the people's livelihoods. That's the extent to which things have reached. And amid all of this, one video continues to be widely shared on social media. You've probably seen it already. It has become a symbol of the protest, even widely being compared to the Tiananmen Square tank man moment. We told you about this last night as well. It showed an unarmed man sitting on the street in capital Tehran, facing nearly 20 black-clad police officers on motorcycles. A hugely significant image. Down across the road in Tehran, attempting to block the black-clad police officers on motorcycles. Moments later, reports claim that officers beat him up and forced him to leave. This is not unfamiliar territory for Iran. In fact, the country has witnessed, it has experienced powerful protest waves earlier as well, whether it was in 2009, 2019, again in 2022, after Mahsa Amini's death. Each met with force, but history runs even deeper. The 1979 revolution started with protests like these, spreading from Tehran to parts like Isfahan, Shiraz. Today, many of those same cities once again standing at the center of the unrest. So that's also significant. And these latest demonstrations started in Tehran's largest mobile phone market, remember, when shopkeepers shut down their stores. Students from at least 10 universities across the capital have since joined, while protests broke out in various parts of the country. Behind the anger on the ground lies Iran's battered economy. The currency has lost more than a third of its value against the US dollar in a year. The numbers also tell you more about the crisis. Inflation jumped to over 42% in December. 42%. Food prices surged more than 70%. Essential medicines now costing 50% more. as compared to December last year. That's just to give you a sense of where things stand. At this point, Iran's standing at a crucial juncture, confronting rising hardships as far as the people are concerned, also the state. The question now is, will the Iranian government even manage to quell these protests? Or could this be the start of something bigger? A New Year celebration that was meant to be celebrated with joy and cheer turned out to be a moment of grief and tragedy for several families across Europe after a New Year's Eve party turned into a nightmare in a Swiss ski resort town. 40 people feared dead. The blaze broke out around 1:30 a.m. local time in the morning. This was at a bar, a popular spot during the holiday season. The upscale resort is known to attract tourists from across Europe and beyond. Authorities are saying the fire started in the packed basement of the bar and then spread with terrifying speed. Flames engulfed the venue within seconds, leaving people with little time to escape. Witnesses described panic, windows smashed, screams in the dark, a desperate scramble for air and safety. The scale of the emergency stretched the rescue services to their limits. 10 helicopters, 40 ambulances were deployed.
We currently have around 100 injured, several seriously, but also several dozen people who are presumed dead, unfortunately. What we can say today is that the theory of an explosion caused by an attack can in all likelihood be ruled out. It is too early at this stage to define or specify the causes and circumstances of this tragic event.
The local intensive care units are full. As per the latest, neighboring countries have stepped in. Italy has offered its major burns unit in Milan. France has confirmed its citizens are among the injured. The victims have not yet been identified, and officials are saying the severity of the burns makes that process painfully slow. Foreign tourists are feared to be among the dead.
I know someone who might have been among the victims, and I can't reach her. I'm very worried. I'm going to try to contact other people who know this woman to see if she is still alive.
Investigations are underway, and as police is yet to find out the origin of the explosion, according to the police, the area has been cordoned off completely. A no-fly zone has been imposed over the area. A reception center helpline have been established for the impacted families. The messages of solidarity have been pouring in. The French president has expressed support for Switzerland and for the bereaved families and the injured. This is a luxury ski resort town located in the heart of the Alps. It approximately is 2 hours from the Swiss capital. The incident is a stark reminder that in a matter of just moments, joy can turn into sorrow, and safety can never be an afterthought. It might sound like a scene from a Hollywood blockbuster, but police say this one was very real in what investigators are comparing to the film's Ocean's 11. The film Ocean's 11, if you've watched it, a highly organized gang drilled its way into the vault of a German savings bank, escaping with cash, gold, jewelry worth an estimated $35 million. The robbers, believed to have entered through a parking garage, possibly spending an entire weekend inside the underground vault. More than 3,000 safe deposit boxes were forced open before the crime was discovered, after a fire alarm went off reportedly in the early hours of Monday. And witnesses reported seeing men carrying large bags through the garage stairwell overnight, and security footage later showed a black car with masked occupants and stolen license plates speeding away. The police have described the operation as very professionally executed, openly comparing it to the film Ocean's 11. While the suspects reportedly remain at large, hundreds of distressed customers have gathered outside the bank, fearing that their losses may far exceed the insured limits. But then this brazen German bank heist is just a part of a much larger global picture. From Germany's vaults to the world's most guarded museums, 2025 has emerged, in a way, as the year of heists. Just months ago, remember, thieves pulled off the largest physical art theft of the year, stealing 8 pieces of the French crown jewels from the Louvre in Paris. The haul was worth an estimated $105 million, which included historic jewels once owned by queens and empresses. In Syria, meanwhile, ancient marble statues dating back to the Roman era were reportedly stolen from the National Museum in Damascus, discovered only after staff found a door broken from the inside. And beyond physical walls and glass cases, the digital world, of course, has also been hit hard. Cyber heists targeting cryptocurrency exchanges and insiders helped push global digital asset losses to more than $3.4 billion this year, making 2025 a record-breaking year as far as financial theft is concerned. Together, these cases paint a rather striking picture, also extremely concerning, whether through drills, display cases, or keyboards. Modern heists are growing bolder, more sophisticated, and a lot more concerning, which then brings us back to the question, is 2025 the year of heists? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.